What's up, everyone? Luke here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. Let me know if you can hear me, see me okay, and everything like that. Well, not see me right now because my webcam isn't on. Let me know if you can hear me okay, though. Awesome. Awesome. Good to see. Good to see. What's up? Hello, Karen from Scotland. Paul, Shane, Justin, Trish, Harry, Sameen, Steve, Matson, sorry, Justin, Graham, Mark. Hello, everyone. I might put my webcam on. I'll give it a go because last time I did this at this time of the morning, these blinds in this room were giving me nice slated looks on me, and it's very, very messy here today as I'm moving on Friday. Oh, there you go. I'll start this off here while I'm talking to you guys, and I'll turn my webcam off when we get into the presentation because for some reason this obviously is going to be very frustrating. That's probably better like that if I sit back here. So what's happening over here in the Gold Coast, Australia right now? We had a big storm a couple of months ago, and this roof is about to fall in, so we had to get that all fixed up yesterday. Hence all the mess around here, or so that's why I say there's mess around here. I think I've been a bit messy lately anyway. That's been happening here, but besides that, work-wise, we have a lot happening and a lot coming for you guys as always. I hope you like the free value videos I was giving out last week and the week before. If you haven't seen them, make sure to go check your emails or check my YouTube where I place everything there. Let me go ahead and get my YouTube channel up for you guys because that's where everything gets posted. That's if you miss something, it'll be there to be subscribed. You can subscribe to it to ensure you never miss out on any videos. So I'm going to post that to you here. And it's a good place as well where you can go ahead and actually you can jump through videos really quickly because I know a lot of the time with webinars, I'll ask your opinion on this actually here for those that are live right now. What I wanted to say is I often see people sending out webinar replays and whatnot, and basically they send them in a format on a sales page or on just a page where you can't actually skip through the video itself. The buttons are hidden, so you have to really watch the whole thing. I guess the idea behind that for many people is that they want you to go in and buy whatever's at the end of that webinar or something like that, and they want you to watch everything. But I find with webinars, even if there is an offer or something, which sometimes I do offers if there's something really cool out there, most of the time not. I don't do offers, but I'd rather just give you guys the video link so you can skip through and rewind if you miss something. So does that sound? If you prefer it that way, I like just giving you a raw YouTube video link, or I can throw it on a page and give you guys the buttons. Or if you would rather it with, sorry, you can't see the buttons, let me know and I can do it like that, like every other marketer seems to. But you guys just let me know in the comments which one you prefer. Put number one if you want buttons and the ability to go back, forward, and through and fast forward it all. Or secondly, if you would rather me just not do that, so you have to watch absolutely everything. Exactly, lots of ones. Because I know what I'm like. If I even go to a sales page, I won't even watch the actual sales video if I can't skip through it at all. So that's good. One other thing I want to do, I want to try something on this microphone and turn this gain down. Does that sound better to you guys now, or is that a lot worse for you guys there? I just wanted to see, because I've had a few questions lately about my typing because it gets into the microphone. Does that sound better? Can you guys still hear me okay like this, or worse? Dave says worse. Anyone else say worse? Okay, cool. I'll just leave it back up as this with the gain up for you guys, and it's probably going to be a bit better if I speak like this then. Perfect, guys. Sounds good. So what we're going to be doing, first of all, what I'm going to be doing for you all at the end of this webinar, for you guys being here live right now, because I only sent this email out 15 minutes before this went live. I didn't even tell anyone the topic of this week's webinar at all. But just because you guys are here live right now, what I'm going to be doing is you're all going to get a nice little special gift at the end of this webinar when I stop the recording. If you are watching this on the replay, guys, after, and you watch these religiously every week, just send me an email and I'll give you guys that gift as well. But I really appreciate you guys coming here every week, especially today when I haven't really said much about what today's topic is going to be about. But just because you know it's on every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. I won't miss these ever. If I ever do, if I can't do one ever, I'll let you guys know. far in advance, but happens every week. So I appreciate you all being here today. So what we've done in the past 2 weeks, last week we did a webinar on how to write sales copy. Put a number 1 in the box if you watched that one. If you haven't seen it, didn't know it was existed, put a number 2 in the box. So just so I know where you guys are at, and I can get the link for that. Lots of 1s, some 2s. I'm going to go ahead and send you the actual, 1 second. So if you haven't seen it, I'm putting the YouTube link in the description if you're watching on the replay. It'll be in the description of the video. So I'm putting it in the chat box here on GoToWebinar. You can go ahead and watch that whenever you want there. And also what I did as well, so last week was about how to write sales copy that actually emotionally draws people into your product, builds rapport, builds trust, takes them through a journey to the buy buttons, makes it a risk for them not to buy the actual physical product, physical or service product or online product, whatever, any form of product really. Yeah, so that's what that was about there. And that's one of my biggest, my favorite trainings I've done so far, and I would highly suggest watching that later on. So here I'm going to send through what I also did last week as well. I sent through a free value video on how to write headlines and how to write email headers or how to gain attention from the get-go. So I'm going to send that through to you guys here as well. So don't go watch them now. Go ahead and watch them a bit later on. After this webinar, as I saw, Rael says we have a tiger look today. Yeah, I've got a bit of a tigerish shirt plus these stripes of the light right now is a bit intense. But go ahead and watch those replay videos. They're going to be a lot of fun for you guys. But what I wanted to do today is I've done this presentation live twice actually. Not actually on webinar, I don't believe. I've only done it twice at live speaking events. One at Alex Becker's event about a year ago now, maybe just under a year, when I was speaking alongside guys like Ty Lopez, Grant Cardone, Con Merza, the Morrisons, a bunch of guys flew out for this event, and that was a lot of fun. You'll see some bad jokes that I have in this presentation that I did live on stage, and about 4 people laughed, so that's going to be a bit of fun. That's always good when you're trying to get up there. Secondly, what we're going to be talking about today, I want to tell you guys what it's about, obviously. What I always see people wanting to know how to do is how, if you have a product, if you have a service, if you have an online tool, if you have an online ebook, if you don't even have that yet, but you're good at something. Everyone's good at something. Everyone's a professional. Everyone's an expert at something that can provide value to someone else. So if you're in that stage where you have no product, no service, nothing yet, think about what it is you're really, really good at, and think about how you can create an ebook or how you can create a membership site or how you can create a piece of software. Stuff like that. And I'm going to actually walk you through the process of how I do my software launches. Again, I'm the #1 vendor on JVZoo, which is very cool to be. I don't really know how it happened. I guess it's just a lot of hard work and doing things the right way and paying a lot of money to mentors and launch coaches and stuff to actually do that. I've actually probably spent over 60 grand figuring this all out, but I'm going to teach you the rough rundown right now on how to do this. I'm going to show you how to do it. And this is again a free webinar for you guys being here today. Obviously, because I spend so much money learning this stuff, I said in the email today that I'm going to be actually going out and charging for these webinars soon, but not for you guys. You guys are already in. You guys are my VIP audience. You guys are my friends, so you guys will never have to pay for this series at all. So, in saying that, let's get started. Put a hell yeah if you're excited for this right now, because this is going to be a lot of fun. This is not only going to help you if you have a physical product or an online product or a service product that you want to actually get launched into the market. It's going to show you how you can get affiliates to promote it as well. It's going to show you how other people do it. Whenever you see these new products in your inbox that people are promoting, how do they even get to that stage where they've got this product developed, have these affiliates promoting it, why are so many people emailing about it? I'm going to show you this right now so you can really understand the mechanics behind the scenes here of how it all works. Awesome. We've got a lot of hell yes. I love saying hell yes. Karen, Justin, Rael, Samin, brother, Deborah, Douglas, Paul, Warren, Graham, Trish, Kyle, Mark, Shane, Harry, Grinnell. Let's get into this, guys. So, you should be able to see my PowerPoint presentation here. Yeah, can you guys see this? Is this sized all right for you guys? Let me know if you can read that okay. Chris said, hell yes. Awesome. All right, let's get started straight into this. So this is my presentation that I was doing live on stage. So there's going to be some of these things that you already know, like who am I? I'm not going to go into this too much. I'm Australian. Most people often think I am from England or the UK. A lot of bad jokes and some amazing ones as well. All about social media marketing, as you guys know. Not going to take you guys back to 2014, even though this slide says I will. I might tell you quickly, back in 2014, I hadn't launched any softwares before, hadn't done anything in terms of product launching, had no idea how to do it, sold my car, got Alex Beckett and Alex Cass to teach me how to do software launches online, write sales copy, do everything I absolutely know about. Actually, probably 80% of what I learned about internet marketing was through those guys originally. And did my first software launch, gave them a big percentage of that launch as well, along with an initial coaching fee, which was a lot of money for me as well. I was all in, I was all invested. The actual first software launch, it did about $60,000 or $70,000 in a week, which just blew my mind, considering growing up I wasn't that much good at anything at school or at university. I got a degree, but I couldn't get any jobs or anything like that. Very, very average across the board. So that's kind of what I went to there. But that first launch, I didn't make any money at all because I had all these outgoing fees for coaching, for prizes, for all this different stuff that I was doing. So hopefully, if any of you guys ever do a product launch, this webinar here is going to save you tens of thousands of dollars because this is going to show you how to do it, guys. So continue on. Justin says you got all those bad jokes from Becca, right? And Paul, that's funny as well. What I just read you said about Bieber, classic. So today, how to do a seven-figure product launch. So let's move on into this today. I've already kind of discussed what we're going to be going through today in today's webinar, so I'm not going to go through this slide here. Let's just get right into the middle of it. So how do you think of a product or service in any niche? Who here goes, okay, I understand people are making money through software and whatnot, but my main problem is how do I even think about something that I want to even launch? Or how do I even think about a product that I can actually provide? Let me know in the comments below. If that's you, let me know. Matson says, is this for info products or for physical products as well? I've seen people do it for physical as well, but for me, I've only done this for the online space. Justin says it's the reverse because he can think of a product but doesn't know how to launch it, I guess, potentially. Yeah, sometimes it's too much. I think about, get some good questions in there. Grinnell says, I need to know right now in capitals. So, a few ways to think about things. So, first of all, what do you hate doing right now that you would then love to automate so you can save time and save money and just fix in general? So I have an example here. There was no option to schedule on Instagram, and this is why we came up with the idea of Instamate, because what happened was I was waking up every morning and my girlfriend at 6 a.m. was bloody posting photos to Instagram, and I'm like, can't you just go to bed? There's this bloody blinding light in my face every morning and tapping on the phone, and I was like, there has to be an easier way. She was like, no, Luke, shut up. I've got to post this at the prime time. And stuff like that. And I was like, there has to be a better way, which kind of got me on the journey of Instamate so I could sleep better. Then later on I found out that everyone seems to have, wants the benefit of being able to save time with that as well. That's the first thing. The second thing is, look what someone else has done and make it 10% better. Now, that is a really easy way to do it. You can go into JVZoo, you can go into different affiliate sites, you can look online in any niche that you're in and see what people are doing. And just make it 10% better. Your product is then more optimum than theirs, and then all you need to do is get that message out to people, which I'll show you how to do later in this webinar as well. But a good example of how this was, when I launched Instamate version 1, had never been done before, no one had anything like it, and it was just an absolute killer. Over the following year, a few other tools came out. They had some extra features. They had little bits and pieces that were just slightly better in some ways. I still believed in other ways in terms of user interface and whatnot. Instamate was still better, the original one. But then from listening to the customers' responses and what they wanted and where I saw the market was going, we were able to actually, rather than just get faded away, we relaunched it. And again, I upgraded all of our initial members for free to the version 2. Because that's what I like to do for you guys, always look after you. I don't see the point in buying the same product twice, even though a lot of other marketers seem to. we absolutely redesigned the product, made it more than 10% better, but then we launched it again and it became the #1 tool in the market, in my personal belief. Again, awesome, cool. Yes, that's kind of what we do there. So think about what you're doing, what you hate doing, and how you can fix it, and look for someone. Look at what someone else has done and make it 10% better. If the #2 is your preferred method, it's not hard to find products, as I mentioned before. You can go into JV's Zoo and see what the top bestsellers are of the last 30 days, 60 days, year, all time. You can go on ClickBank, or cbengine.com, which is basically a ClickBank repository of all the different products on there, how well they're selling and whatnot. And this site actually has every niche imaginable, from yoga, weight loss, dietary requirements. My first affiliate sale when I sold someone else's product ever, I got told to find a need, not a want, when I want to sell a product. Find something that someone actually really needs. And I somehow came across this book that was selling like crazy, ebook on how to cure yeast infections, which sounds gross, but it was a natural book on that, and I got it ranked for that keyword. As people, if someone has a yeast infection, they're going to Google, how do I get rid of my yeast infection? If your site comes up, affiliate link there, boom, you make sales from someone else's actual profession or idea in that product there. So you can find heaps of products that are on there and make yours just 10% better. And it's also a really good way to see what other people are doing and how they've made it work, because you can see all the statistics there. Or jvnotifypro.com is another site that you can check out launches. And again, I'll give you guys these slides afterwards, or you can go back and forward on this actual website on this presentation when I send the replay out. So don't worry, just pay attention here. We'll have a lot of fun, and it'll be a lot easier for you guys than writing down heaps and heaps of notes. So now you found a product idea. Where do I go ahead and get it made? This is one of the biggest obstacles many people have. If it's an ebook or if it's an online info product, how do you get a website made that's a membership site and make it look nice and connected to everything and whatnot? Or if it's a software, how do you get the software developers? Where do you find them? How do you know they're even good? How do you screen them from A, B, C, and D when you get proposals? How do you actually do this? Put #2 in the box if you have the issue with this stage, and I'll make this very easy for you guys. Because again, I can guarantee it, most of these, I'd say 98% of people that launch softwares, they're not developing them themselves. Cool. There's a lot of twos coming in here. A few other questions. I'll answer questions at the end of this actual webinar if they're not related to what we're talking about right now. Cool. So let me continue to here. So there's a few different outsourcing sites that you can go to. There's Upwork, Freelancer, Guru. Another one, a big one that people are using now, it's called TopTal, which basically means top talent. But this, basically what TopTal does, it's a site that goes out and finds the top 3%, I believe, of outsourcers on all of these different outsourcing sites on Freelancer, Upwork, and whatnot. Upwork's actually Elance, that they kind of got merged into Upwork here. But TopTal, what they do is, instead of, you don't actually buy a software outright, you just actually have to pay them an hourly rate that TopTal decides. But in saying that, you'll always get the best professionals. The TopTal will actually screen everyone for you. So you go to TopTal, you speak to a rep, you then go ahead and tell them the proposal, what you want done. They'll then relay that information on to one of their head engineers, and then they'll source the talent for you. They'll give you 3 people that they believe are the best for the job. Those 3 people will then pitch for your idea. You then choose one of them, and then you work with them through there, and you work with TopTal and whatnot. It is more expensive, I believe, to go through TopTal, but you'll always get it right from the get-go if you do decide to use them. So continuing on from there, let's talk about when you go ahead and you actually write in your description for what you actually want to get done in any of these sites. So for example, Upwork, I use Upwork a lot. I'm just trying to find some new developers and new products that are in the market and see what people are up to. What you want to be doing when you're writing a proposal, actually, who here would like to see how to write a proposal on Upwork right now? I'll show you really quickly if you do. Put #1 in the box, and I can do that. If not, I'll just continue on if everyone feels they know they're comfortable about Upwork and freelancing sites. I'll just continue on here. Okay, there's a bunch of ones coming in. Let me just log into my Upwork account if I can remember my username and password. So I'm really good at forgetting those. One second. I normally have all my stuff logged into my laptop, which I use. I only really use this computer when I'm doing webinars. So give me 1 second. I might have got it, or I might have been blocked out. Okay, cool. Let me just go. Let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys. So this is inside of my actual Upwork account. So you go Upwork, and then you can just, there's a button that says Post New Job. I've got a few other jobs in there right now that I'm just not going to share right now because they're going to be little presents and surprises for you guys. So that's why I skipped that actual page. So let me go through here with you guys. So this is when you post a new job if you want a software membership site, whatever you want. What you're going to be doing first is selecting what you actually want done. Do you want an actual, most people here, I'm presuming, will want some form of web, mobile, software development. So do you want web development, which can fall into the actual area of websites, of actual software, or you can go other software development. I'm going to click on web development here for now. Now what you're going to be able to do is write a headline. Now make sure your headline is very descriptive here in what it is you're after. It's the first thing people are going to be reading, just like we discussed with the webinar the other day. So for example, I might type something in here like Facebook posting software. There's Facebook posting software, or I could do something like social media software, or if maybe I could just do website. For golf ebook product, or something like that, right? Now, what you're going to want to be doing in the description is what you want the actual outsourcer to do, and you need to be very, very descriptive here. Again, what I mean by that is you want to let them know absolutely everything that you want on there. So I need a website that has a membership site, payment gateway, multiple pages included. I want it built on WordPress so I can easily access and edit. WordPress, again, you can edit your site very easily. We'll do a whole webinar on WordPress at a later date, and so on and so forth. What if I'm doing software? I'll be saying I need this software to be 100% within the API of social media channel, whatever social media channel I'm in. Then I want to, I'll say then I'll say stuff like this. I will want to, how do I say it? Basically, I want to say that I'm looking to work with them for the long term. Then I'll say something that will really disqualify 99% of outsourcers, because a really frustrating thing about these sites is you'll start getting proposals in right away, and they're just copied and pasted pieces of rubbish, and they're not even reading your proposal. So what I'll say is, to be considered, what color is the sun? Name me 3 Australian native animals, or something like that. And then I am looking forward to your proposals, or something like that. So then what that means is it instantly disqualifies 90% of the people, even more. I'd say 95 to 99% of the people that are even going to apply for this job, because what's going to happen, I'll show you in a minute what proposals look like when they come in. Most people are going to skip those actual questions. They won't even read them. And you do not want to be working with someone who doesn't even have the time to read your full proposal. And the best way to see if how compliant or how good of workers they're going to be is to ask them to do something. If I ask them, let me name me 3 Australian animals, if they're going to take the time to Google it to find out and then let me know, that shows they're responsive and they actually want to work for you, right? So make sure you have something like that in there, and you'll see it's going to absolutely change your actual response time of who you're going to be working with. Yeah, good. Justin, again, I'm just going to answer these questions about anything like that at the question time. It's not really relevant to everyone else right now, but I have not heard of that. Continuing on, dragging your attachments in. Then you can do that if you want to. I normally leave it blank. Is the product a one-time project, an ongoing project? I'm not sure. It's often, I normally do one-time project if it is just something I want really quickly done. But sometimes if you're wanting to build a team effort or you want to go for that actual connecting with them because they then know it's a long-term thing and they'll actually put more effort into it, you potentially could click on ongoing. What type of work do you need? Designer, developer. I normally just click on one of these, just a developer here. You can put in designer as well, I guess. You can hire one person or a team. I've always found it better working with one specific person. If you find the right person, again, all of my tools have one head developer, and it's much better working with someone than a lot of these companies, especially the ones in India and stuff. They'll go out and they'll have thousands of people, or not thousands, but maybe a couple of hundred sometimes, and they're going to jump between developers working on your project, which gives no consistency. You want someone that has consistency. Now you can enter here if you have specifications and ideas, whatever. I can say I have an idea. You can say yes or no if you're not. I always just say yes here because you don't want people taking advantage of you. You can leave that out. When do you want them to start? You can leave that out. You can leave most of this stuff out here if you want to. I could say WordPress size, what I wanted. I could say Facebook. Software. Maybe not. I think it's because I chose the web development. It's not going to be there, but you can choose depending on what you select. It'll give you the categories here that are going to be needed. How would you like to pay? Again, I would always go for intermediate or expert, but that's if you want to pay by the hour. I like paying by a fixed price. Now, what I like to do here is whatever you think your maximum budget actually is. Let's say it's $2,000. Put in $3,000 or something like that, because what I found doing is you're getting more proposals. First of all, you might get better developers pushing on your actual product, and then what you can do is say, look, I've screened you guys, I've broken it down to 3 people I want to work with. Right now, you all look great, but the one deciding factor is the price. These guys said they can do it for $2,000. What can you do it for? Something like that. That's a nice way to qualify them out and really find who's going to be working for you. But again, the cheapest is not the best, and I can say it a billion times over for software development and especially for any form of online web development as well. You do get what you pay for, so don't always go for the cheapest option. If it's going to save you a lot of time and money going for someone that's a bit more expensive. But it is an investment, guys. Look at it like that. It's going to be a brand new face on it. You want it done right, so that's what you can do there. You can then post the job here. Now, let me go ahead. I'm just going to change back to my other screen. I'll show you what a proposal looks like really quickly. This part's gone a bit longer than I wanted it to. What you can see when I start talking, I can just continue for quite some time. Get this one up for you guys. So I'm going to go back here. So you can see here, I did an actual Facebook Instagram marketing software a few weeks ago, and I asked people what the color of the sun was. So straight away, I said, let me know first what things. So color of the sun's yellow, really love your trick, blah, blah, blah. And you can see the type of quality of these people. They have a 100% success rate. This person's earned 10 grand. This person has a 94% success rate. Has 100K earned. Some of these people have no money earned, which I would basically just skip. So you see this person here has completely not responded as well to my actual request of letting me know what the color of the sky is. Same as this person here. This person says the sun's actually white, not yellow. This one here was actually a someone was trying to bloody sell me one of my friends' high-ticket products, which was very interesting when I started speaking to him. But you can see here instantly it disqualified a lot of people. Now, I've only got 12 actual proposals for this product here that I was looking to get done. But in saying that, guys, some of them you get hundreds, and it just depends on how specific you are. The more specific you get in the description and what you actually want, you're going to really cut down the number of people that are going for your proposal. Another thing they're going to ask you guys is they're going to try to get you onto a Skype call straight away. Don't do it. Screen your candidates first and then work it out afterwards, because they're going to try to phone close you straight away, which is not what we want, right? We want to be able to check it out. So continuing on from there, I'm trying to check how long this webinar has gone for so far. 31 minutes, that's not too bad. So how upsells will literally double your launch if you do one. Now again, there's two ways you can look at product creation. You can do one is you can just bundle everything together and sell it for a higher price. Or alternatively, what I like to do is I like to create my upsells for my products. You don't need any of the upsells for the initial product to work. Whatever's on the sales page for the main product is what they're going to get 100%. It's going to work great. They're not going to have to go and buy upsell A, B, C, and D for the initial product to work, right? Which sometimes sucks. Sometimes I've seen products where it's like a $4 ebook on how to make X amount online. Then product B, the first upsell is, so in the PDF, it says that you need to buy this one tool to actually make that money that the $4 PDF says you can make, and that's upsell number one. Then you buy that upsell number one, but you need some other tool for that to work, and then it continues on, and it absolutely sucks. Hold on, there goes my mouse. So that's right. So make sure when you guys do upsells, guys, make sure they complement the product you're doing, but they're not required for the actual product to work, right? Complementing, not requiring. And I'll show you a few examples quickly of how money-wise it actually works. So for example, Instamate here. That's the main product. Upsells 1, and this was in the launch week. So upsell 1 did almost 170 grand. Upsell 2, 100 grand. Upsell 3, 100 grand. So that's, if I didn't have those upsells there, then that's hundreds of $1,000 you wouldn't make, right? Again, that's not all profit, guys. That half goes to affiliates, stuff like that, JVZoo for PayPal fees and whatnot. But as I said, it aids the front end, help makes life easier, provides a benefit to the user. Make sure you're always focusing on benefits over features. I always say that to you guys. And it's a great way to segment your list. So say someone buys the high ticket product of the funnel, which might be a white label solution where you can slap your own logo on it and stuff like that. That person's obviously more of an agency type person because they want to give keys out to people. So you know what that person's interests are more. You can segment emails and trainings and free value stuff and free gifts and even offers to them accordingly, right? They are, and as I said, upsells are not to so that they have to buy upsell 1 for the front end product to work, and they're not to take advantage of the user's original purchase, which pisses me off when I see people doing that. Continuing on. Bloody got a mind of its own, this thing today. So continuing on. Framing your product before you attract affiliates and customers. As I said, focus on benefits first, features second. We spoke about this a lot in last week's webinar and in the headline title itself. So I'm not going to actually talk too much about that here. We've covered that. But I say make it fun. This is a fun process for you. Here's a few things that I've done in my sales videos and whatnot. I'm not saying you guys have to go out and do all this because gets a bit over the top. Here's me with Optimus Prime here, and one of my friends, Lachlan. He's actually Margot Robbie's brother. Went to school with Margot and Lachlan growing up on the Gold Coast here. So he's now a stunt performer as well. And I said, mate, can you get a bunch of your stunt performer friends to come do some sales videos? Here on the right-hand side is me with a bunch of guys and Lachlan again. These are all stunt performers that are in Pirates of the Caribbean. They're now filming an Aquaman, and I got them to film one of my sales videos, which was a lot of fun, hitting a bunch of people on fire and crazy stuff with zombies and whatnot, which was fun. Here's me in the middle racing a Nissan GTR on one of these stupid little scooter things, which obviously I won, obviously. And there's the bloody mouse again. Hold on. And continuing on, make it fun, have fun with it. And moving on to the next point, people do judge a book by its cover, which is why you need to make your products look sexy. Perception is everything. As much as it sucks, perception's everything. But make yourself and your product look good and stand out, and make your product sexy that people go, wow, this looks really professional, really slick, really clean, really sexy. If you can make an internet marketing product look sexy, I try to make everything look sexy in my mind and make it look good. But that's the way I like to do things there, because sometimes you go to these internet marketing pages, it looks like an Excel spreadsheet. You want to cry and throw your laptop out the window and never ever go online again. And sometimes it's a lot of fun and it looks really nice and you get really engaged, and you can see the attention to detail on a sales page reflects what the inside of the tools and whatnot are going to look like as well, at least 95% of the time. So go ahead and make your products look sexy. So designs, lots of different ways you can get designs done. 99 Designs is pretty damn cool. You can go there and get designs made on there. Fiverr, Conquer, which is another one by Alex Becker, his marketplace. So you can get designs done very, very quickly on those different sites there. You can even go on Elance, like I showed you before, and find designers there very cheap and easy. Next, video and audio, guys. It's so important, yet 99% of people fail here. I'm disgusted when I looked at my first sales video. I tried to do it all myself with no equipment, just with my iPhone and stuff like that. Video is not too bad on an iPhone these days. If you're on a really big budget, you can get some really nice quality footage out of iPhones. 4 or 5 years ago, you really couldn't. In terms of audio, you can just get a little lapel mic for $20 and chuck that into your iPhone and record. You can even use your iPhone speakers, I guess, if you really wanted to, if you're on a really big budget. They work quite well if you're recording, and there's free apps to record your audio as well. But use some form of microphone when you're actually doing your sales video. Make sure it's in a quiet environment. Make sure you can get your actual, make sure whatever's filming you is on a tripod or on a gimbal if you're getting it done professionally. I get all my stuff done by a professional team now, but the actual guy I get it done from, I found him at a university. And if you have a university or a college near you, there's often film and TV kids there that have great equipment, great skills, and they'll do anything to get some real life exposure. So you can get things done for free or very, very cheap with uni kids if you decide you want to do your own sales videos yourself. If you don't, you can go on those sites like Upwork and Fiverr and get people to animate stuff before you do the animation sales videos. And there's a few tools out there that do it as well. Now, copywriting, outsourcing, if you're not comfortable doing it yourself, that's if you're really, really not comfortable. But again, I urge you to watch the link in the description or the link in the chat box here on GoToWebinar if you're live right now, and watch that video on how to write sales copy. I write all my sales copy, and I showed you guys how to do that last week, which is fine. So how do I find quality affiliates to promote and network with? What that means is, how do I find people to promote my product, and I'll give them a percentage of my actual product sale. Every launch I do, that's why you see these people doing $300,000 in a week, $100,000 in a week, $200,000, whatever the number is. They do it not by making sales themselves. They're making sales by other people promoting their products. Now, I love affiliate marketing. I think it's a great way to get huge exposure on really cool, great products. Unfortunately, there's a big everyone that's like, I'll scratch my back, I'll scratch your back, you scratch my back type thing. They rely on reciprocations that if I promote you, you have to promote me. It's really, really frustrating because the people aren't doing it for the customer. People are doing it to try to make money for each other. They burn their lists. Because they've sent them so many crappy offers, and then they have to do a launch themselves again to get a new list, and then they just keep on going that way, which sucks, right? You rarely see me promoting low-ticket products, which is strange because I guess a lot of my actual income and my sales come from other affiliates promoting me. I don't promote too many of those actual lower-ticket, cheaper products, because honestly, I always ask for at least 5 people, just 5 people that got results from it. 99% of people can't give me that for any product launch they've done, which if you don't have proof, I don't want to know about it. Two, and this is a mindset that you guys should get in as well if you guys get into the industry and do this as well. Two, is basically that if there's no proof, you can't do it. If the demos aren't there, if the product's not finished a month before the product's ready to go out, it's not tested, I don't care about it at all. And it's funny, while all these people do promote my products, I guess they sell really well, I give massive incentives, they actually work, they actually have proof. I've lost friends and people won't even promote my stuff now because I won't promote them, because I've said to them, guys, you have no proof, this just doesn't work, I just can't offer this to my audience, right? On the flip side though, it's really strange as well. When I do offer, sometimes I'll do products that are a lot more expensive than a $47 widget or something like that. I'm sure you guys have seen some of my webinars that are higher ticket, $900, $1,000, $2,000 at one time, I believe. They are a lot more expensive, but they get damn results and they have everything needed A to Z to get a user results. And all the people that I promote their products, they haven't promoted my products before. I know one person out of every higher ticket offer that I've shared and promoted that's promoted me back currently, because what they want to actually do is they want to promote higher ticket products only. They don't want to be doing low $47 products, because for a lot of people's minds, $47 equals cheap and cheap equals doesn't work, which sucks. It's just how people's mindsets are like. So, but in my mindset, I think people know me. If I create something, it's going to be really good, and if I can offer it at a cheaper price, I'd love to do that as well, right? So just keep that in mind, guys, that a lot of the time, when you get into affiliate marketing, people are going to want you to promote them for them to promote you back. If you can get their tool, get some results, there's no issue with doing that at all. Just make sure you're very ethical about it. Make sure you're not doing something, because again, at the end of the day, the customer always comes first over anything else, and that's how you can run a long-term internet marketing business. So again, affiliates are the people who promote your product for a percentage of the sale itself. The top 10 people of any software launch will be responsible for 70% or above of your launch. For example, with Instamate, did big numbers in launch week, and the top 15, I think, were responsible for over 80% of the actual sales. So that you only really need to get 15 or even 5 to 10 good people to make a really good amount of money. Where do you find them? There's Facebook groups. If you type in JV groups or JV Zoo launches or JV launches or affiliate launches, you can find them all, jump into them, and then instantly you can find thousands of affiliates that are members of these groups and that are posting updates regularly. Friends of friends, you can go onto someone's page like Alex Becker, you can go on their friends and see what friends they're connected with, especially mutual friends. Because when you start adding a few of them, you'll find other ones. In the room right now, probably not, because you're probably in your bedroom or in your house, but when I did this live presentation, they were in the room right now. Vendors' names on the product search pages. So as I showed you before on JV Zoo and JV Notify Pro on CB Engine or ClickBank, you can find the vendor's name attached to their product, and they often have their contact information next to it as well. Great sites like Muncheye.com. This is probably the biggest, the main one to go to for online marketing and JV Zoo type launches and Warrior Forum launches and Warrior Plus launches, I guess. Muncheye is a place where people are going to add their launches that are coming up in the near future, and you can then actually start to build a relationship, with these people by saying, hey, I see you have a launch coming up. Would you mind sending me through access? I'd love to check it out, and if it suits, I'll promote it. Start to make a connection with them first and do something for them before you ask them to promote your launch. Now we'll move on from there. Now you can also get their Skype and Facebook easily on any of their pages. So you can see here, if I click on any of these launches themselves, it'll send you to a JV page, which is a page for affiliates to get their affiliate links and show you prizes and stuff like that. They can go onto there, they can connect with you, and they often have their Skype details on the actual page and their Facebook pages and whatnot. Now, how do you contact them right away? So first of all, this is the biggest mistake people do. I'll have an example of this in a minute. People contact me saying, hey, I have a launch coming up, can you promote it? And I'm like, hi, my name's Luke, nice to meet you. Like it's just, they just want to use me, which instantly I'll never promote their crap, right? So first of all, Research the affiliate first and know about them before you do anything else. Know who they are, know what industry they're in, know what niche they're in, and then go ahead from there. So, for example, I'm on Adrian Morrison's page. I can go onto his actual page and saw he had a launch coming up. I can find out what it's about. I can see that he's excited about it, and I can start to build rapport like that. There's a guy called Mario Brown. I found in 2013, he was I started following him, and that's how I kind of got a bit more into affiliate marketing as well. I contacted him saying, I love what he's done. I love what he's doing. I've built my business up to this amount. I wanted to thank him, just thank him personally for his videos and his stories because it really motivated me. Now, I know him very, very well. We've spoken at many events together. He's promoted my stuff. I've promoted some of his stuff. That's got some good results for people, so it's pretty cool. Know about their products and be active in the groups and circles in providing value. So when you join those Facebook groups, when you join into some of these Skype groups that are out there, know about the people there, know about their products, and just be active and friendly because you want to be making genuine friends. Don't just go making friends because you want to make money off them. These people are great people that will help your marketing up as well, and you'll have a lot in common. We all are marketers. We all have a love for selling. We all have a love for knowing what's happening in the industry. If anything else, that's a giant point to connect with other people in the industry there and to get people to build rapport with you, what's going on. Big no-nos, copy and paste. Do not do this. Join, and like this example here, this is someone sent this to me. Join now and make reality 10% daily. I invest $49 and withdrew $17 today. And then I wrote, I absolutely can't wait. And also don't tag people in launch announcements if you have a software launch or a product launch coming out. If you don't know them, it's frustrating. Facebook ads, very, very cheap way to get some exposure onto your actual product, and it'll let people know your launch is coming out without having to spam in their inbox or anything like that. You just get in their news feed because ads are acceptable. Big spammy messages are not. So I'll target the big 5 countries. I'll type in interests like internet marketing, affiliate marketing, ClickBank. Don't scrape groups and pages for affiliates and whatnot. It's frustrating. You won't like it at all. But retarget your JV page. I'll talk about that in a future video, how to do retargeting. But you can just you can find these affiliates very quickly. You can type in JV Zoo as an interest. You can type in ClickBank as an interest. Anything like that. And video ads are much cheaper than click-through ads. So I would recommend doing a video ad if you want to save some money there and build some more rapport quicker. You can advertise in Facebook groups. It's getting a bit more in depth, but we'll touch on this quickly. In a bunch of the Facebook groups I was telling you to join, you can actually go out and actually rent the actual cover photos and the pin posts in these groups. But basically, be seen and heard indirectly or organically creating relationships with the top 5 to 10 players. That's what you all need to do. Be seen or heard indirectly through Facebook ads, through banner posts, through all your different software, online marketing efforts to get into their people's news feeds and in front of them, and then create an organic, real relationship with the top 5 to 10 players that you found in your niche. Pre-launch versus launch versus post-launch. Everything happens in the pre-launch, 30 days out. You need to have your product ready. You need to start your Facebook ads. You need to post your launch announcement on all the different Facebook groups. You need to start to engage with affiliates, not directly about the launch, but just start to engage with the affiliates and follow up personally with everyone who requests approval. Again, by the way, to get an affiliate link, you can you can add your product to JV Zoo, pay Kickstart, ClickBank. That's a bit more of a tech thing I can show you how to do later on. It's very easy, or you can just go to jvzoo.com, for example, and they'll walk you through it very quickly there. Track when and how often you speak to each affiliate. Not everyone needs to do this. I do it just so I can stay up to date. Make it so disgustingly simple for an affiliate to promote. This is the biggest key ever. When people contact you and ask you for review access, make sure you have it ready. Make sure you have if they want to do an interview, schedule with them there. If they need email copy to actually send to their audience about what your product's about, because we all write, most of us write emails that they can just copy and paste into their autoresponders to make it very simple for them. Do that. Make sure the sales page is ready before you go out and do any of this. Make it so easy that they have all the resources that they can just copy and paste, see what it's about, jump into the tool, and that's that. The number of people come to me, ask me to promote a product, and the actual product is just not ready. There's no sales page, and they want me to promote it. I'm like, well, I don't even know what the hell this is, and instantly I'm not interested, and they're going to lose a lot of money by not having me on the actual product itself. Sales page broke down. We've already been through this in last week's webinar, so I'm not going to go through this again. Make it look good and invest here. So again, this is my designer I use for all my sales pages. Facebook.com/designer.michael.t. Screenshot that now if you want to. Really, really good guy. Said Luke sent you. He's amazing at what he does. It's not like a Fiverr guy. It's not going to cost you $5. It might cost you a couple of $100, but he's just top quality and gets things done the right way. So 3 days out from launch, you want to follow up with your top known affiliates that are committed. Up your ad spend for the 3 days there. So you want to really get in, ensure everyone knows you're going to be doing that launch that's coming out. Email every day to your affiliates, because when people opt in to be a part of your promotion, they're going to want to be a part, maybe be made aware. It's amazing how many people will actually ask for their review access, for access to the tool, for sales pages in the last 3 days. So watch hundreds of people sign up in those days as well. Launch week affiliate engagement is key. Daily updates, emails, Facebook updates, contact. Make sure you make them battle for the top spot, saying, hey, you're only $300 away from taking the top spot. The top spot, I'm giving away a $500 prize. One email will get you there, blah, blah, blah. You really want to make them engage. You have to engage with them daily. It's amazing how many people launch a product. If it's not going well for them, they'll stop talking to everyone and they'll go, oh, that's not good. We'll wait for the next launch. And then they'll try to be a best friend again, which absolutely sucks. You don't want to actually be a part of a launch. I found anyone that speaks to me only when a launch comes up and then never speaks to me again, I don't want to be a part of it. But during launch week, you want to make sure you're engaged with the affiliates, because when you engage, you tell them where they're at, how close they are to the people around them. They're going to email again, and every email a top affiliate sends can be worth thousands of dollars to you, especially when they start sending more than one email for the promotion. It then gets seen by the audience again, and seen by the audience again, and seen by the audience again. And if they trust that affiliate marketer or that marketer, they're going to pick that tool up. So again, make sure you stay engaged. Have a very solid support team, and I say not just yourself. I did a launch once, and I was the only support member. That was my first software launch, and while I could handle it then for that launch itself, it started eating up all of my time, and I couldn't do the things I was really good at. So get a support team. They're very cheap. You can find them on the outsourcing site again. It's amazing what you can find on these outsourcing sites. Post-launch, ongoing support is key to lower refunds. Give them an unannounced bonus a week or two after. It can just be an ebook, just something free for them, saying, here's a nice little free add-on that I didn't tell you you're going to get. If something screws up, own it and ensure it's fixed. A lot of people, when things screw up, they run away and they don't speak about it. If something screws up, just say you've made a mistake, say you're getting it fixed, and people will actually most likely trust you even more when you admit your mistakes, and then actually go ahead and actually get it fixed and improve it, guys. You swallow your pride and get it done, right? That's what I'm basically saying. And I'd say all you guys would do that, you know. Give ongoing support to a product, to customers. You're on a journey with them. It's a marathon. It's not a race. Don't get in and out. A lot of marketers get in and out with these launches, and then the software shuts down 3 months later. It sucks. Don't do it. Not worth it. Be in it for the long run. Really do these software launches or an info product launch to make a difference for the long term. And again, money is always a byproduct of value. So give as much value as you can. You'll make a lot of money. Here's a good joke I did live in Las Vegas, and no one really understood it. So basically, don't do a Chris Angel and disappear. Chris Angel's a magician over in Las Vegas, and he does a lot of disappearing acts. I thought that would make sense, but unfortunately, everyone in the audience is like, what do you mean Chris Angel's a magician from Vegas? And I'm like, oh my goodness, we'll skip this slide. And I had about 4 people laugh, and I think they were Australians. Let me continue on. The biggest mistakes I've made, so you don't have to do it. Don't budget on design and video. As I said earlier, everyone judges a book by their cover. So make sure your videos and your designs on your sales page look amazing, because that's what's going to represent you. You're not going to show up to a job interview to try to make money in a new job in a singlet and shorts. You're going to turn up in a bloody nice suit or a nice dress. You're going to look very presentable. So make the same goes for your design of your sales page and the video itself. Hosting, get good hosting. Try to get 40-50% bigger hosting needs than what you think you'll need, because you don't want to be running into a situation where your hosting gets overloaded on a shared hosting plan or something, where everything gets shut down because you have too much traffic and the server can't handle it. If you don't know how to get a really good hosting, just go to a site like Liquid Web. They have really good options where you can actually change your hosting from a really amazing server down to a much cheaper one after a launch week. Again, if your site goes down and launch and people are emailing for you and then they can't actually make sales, they're not going to promote you in future, most likely. It's going to be hard for you to do so. So do not budget on hosting. It's the foundations of your site and your product. Make sure they're good. Support, don't budget on that. Outsources, again, make sure it's all good. Spell check, make sure you spell check your content. I've been known to not do that, and it's been really embarrassing. Beta test your software or your sites like crazy. Try to break it. Try to get other people to break it. Make sure it's all good, because there's nothing worse than having an affiliate find something having an affiliate break something that they've because you haven't tested it properly. Again, don't budget on design and video. It's wonder why that's coming up so many times. Very important. Eat well throughout launch week. Don't stress. Don't live on the worst food imaginable either, like McDonald's and stuff like that. You won't be sleeping very much. But if you look after your body's going to look after you, right? And your brain, and you're going to be fine here. So the site name for hosting, it's Liquid Web. I'll send you the link in here. They're a bit more expensive. This is only if you're going to be doing a big product launch or you have a lot of traffic. They don't do shared hosting plans, which is the cheapest form. Shared hosting is normally fine if you have a blog, if you have a small website or something like that. But if you're going to have a site that has a lot of traffic coming to it in a very small period of time as well, Liquid Web is a great way to go. They have the best support. They're amazing with their support. I believe it's 60 seconds live chat every single day. They'll do things for you. They'll help set things up for you. You pay a bit more definitely for the servers, but if you have no idea about internet servers and what's the best and what's not, and how to do basic things and how to do code and whatnot, it can be a lot better paying that little bit more for that premium support that you get there. So in saying that, we've almost hit the top of the hour of the Social Profit Hour. Who here has learned something today? Write me in the box, write hell yeah in the box, write whatever you want in the box if you have learned something today about how this all works. I'd like to see if you guys enjoyed that. Cool, lots of me. That was a lot of info. It was a lot of info. Wolfgang only got here 5 minutes ago. Don't worry, there's a replay coming out today. Guys, there was a lot of info in today's webinar. I'm going to ensure these slides get sent out to you guys so you can go through it. I'm going to add this onto the YouTube channel today. What also I wanted to say is next week, again, pure value, nothing to sell webinar again. I think it's our 4th or 5th one in a row. Because again, it's frustrating. Like sometimes I'd love to show great offers and great things that are happening in the industry that are happening now. Because if I show you something, in a year's time from now, or 6 months from now, that opportunity could be long gone and missed or diluted, right? So that's why I sometimes share offers. It's not to spam you guys with everything. It's to really give you guys some direction of some guys that are making some serious money doing things right now. When I do these webinars, I want to do the exact same thing with as much free value as I can. Next week is value only again with just me only. The following week after that is another value only webinar with a guy called Mike Crouch. He's a part of the T-Chip team. I gave you guys a free link to sign up to T-Chip the other week. Their pro platform there, 100% free, doesn't cost you anything, for print-on-demand clothes, leggings, cups, mugs, singlets, everything like that. He just makes millions of dollars online. He lives in Maui, and he just does it on the beach there from selling print-on-demand T-shirts and stuff like that. He's going to show you how that works. He's organised a great bonus as well for your free T-Chip membership again, and that's going to be a value-only webinar for you all as well. Dotty, all my replays are on my YouTube channel, so you can check that out there. The T-Chip link is going to be on this webinar here. So if you sign up to this webinar, the next ones are going to be available for you as well. No problem at all. It's going to be, this is the new Social Profit Hour link that you sign up to today. So you'll get notifications for the following weeks as well. So in saying that, guys, it's been an hour. Was a lot of fun. Think about that. Don't get overwhelmed by all that information. Just stew on it for a bit. I'll send the replay out. You can watch it again. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, I said it before, make sure you do it. I'm sending the link in the description again, in the chat box. And when you do that, there's going to be a lot of cool content coming there. I'm moving house. I'm pretty nervous. I'm about to go sign my lease now in about an hour for my new place. It's going to be a bit of a social media. My company is called Social Media Mansion. This is kind of like a social media mansion. It's not it's tall. It's not huge property, but it's near the beach, and I think it's going to motivate me a lot more. And I can have some masterminds there. Any of my Aussie friends or anyone that comes over to Australia, more than welcome to pop by whenever you guys like. Have a coffee, talk some internet marketing, show me some bad jokes. Back on social media probably next week, guys, so that'll be fun as well. So that's going to be a good journey and a good video. I've got updated for you there. So in saying that, guys, have a great day. Make sure you're here next week. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop the recording. I'll keep talking to you guys for 1 second. So thanks everyone that's watching the replay, and I'll see you guys very, very soon.